Okay, now in the long run analysis, in the long run market is always revert to its equilibrium, right? So remember that condition of the long run, which is also the condition for competitive market, that there is free entry and exit in the market. So the firm will enter the market and exit the market until the firms are making exactly zero economic profit. Same condition for competition. But did you remember the condition for competition? We face horizontal demand curve, and what is that curve? It is equal to AR is equal to MR is equal to P, and then we talk about that this is ATC and this is MC, and that point is equal to MC is equal to ATC. So everybody is producing here, but we have a slight difference here. We are talking about monopolistically competitive firm, and they face downward demand curve, and their MR is like that. MR is always lower than the demand curve or price line, right? But this analysis is a little bit different. Why? Because competition, the MR and the price line is the same, but here it is not same. So how we gonna represent it graphically? It is. So we have MR, we have MC. Here it is. In that case, price must be equal to ATC. That is the condition for competition. But we have one characteristics of monopolistically competitive firm, that it faces downward demand curve, not horizontal straight line, right? So that is a competition price line, right? In that case, we have the analysis is a little bit different than that we just discussed in our previous slide. So in long run analysis is a little bit different. In long run, monopolistically competitive firm behave like a perfectly competitive firm, but with a slight difference. Did you see that here? What is the condition for long run competition firm? That average revenue is equal to price is equal to MR revenue, marginal revenue, and it is equal to MC, and that is equal to ATC. But here MR is equal to MC is not equal to this condition, is not equal to price, not equal to MR, not equal to ATC. Only price is equal to ATC. So that condition is one condition is fulfilled, right? So that's gonna be the basis of our discussion for next slides here. So there are two characteristics that is different from the perfect competition. One is that the price exceeds marginal cost, right? We see that in the perfectly competitive firm. What is the long run analysis? Price is equal to AR is equal to MR is equal to MC is equal to ATC. But here that is the condition for perfectly or just competitive market. But in monopolistically competitive firm, I just call this M competitive firm. Price is equal to ATC and MC is equal to MR, which is always greater than this condition. So price is equal to ATC, always greater than marginal cost in this condition. So this condition, that price greater than MC, is derived from this equation, this inequality equation, right? So as in monopoly, price exceeds marginal cost, although in the long run it should behave like a perfectly competitive firm, but it is also getting some kind of characteristics from monopoly, that price always greater than MC. So The profit maximization require marginal revenue to equal marginal cost. The downward sloping curve makes marginal revenue less than price. The graphical analysis. So number two, as the competitive firm, price equal to average cost. So long run analysis is basically the mixture of both conditions of monopoly and perfect competition. Like I just said here. So in long run, the monopolistically competitive firm behave like competitive firm with two characteristics. One is price is always greater than MC and price is equal to average total cost. So we have two differences between monopolistically competitive firm and perfect competition. One is excess capacity and one is markup over marginal cost between price greater than MC. We just learned about that, how price is greater than MC. We talk about in our graphical analysis, but one thing that we should talk about is the excess capacity. So we will talk about both, but let's talk about first excess capacity. So excess capacity, there is no excess capacity in perfect competition. Why? Because perfect competitive firm is producing at socially optimum level, which means supply is equal to demand, right? So they are producing where the supply curve, which is MC, right? MC is equal to price. Look at the condition for perfect competition. P is equal to AR is equal to MR is equal to MC is equal to ATC. So can you find MC is equal to P? MC, right? This here, MC is equal to P. You can drive out that, right? But in monopolistically competitive firm, this condition does not hold. Why? Because in monopolistically competitive firm, we know that price is equal to ATC, but MC is equal to MR. This price is greater than MC is equal to MR, right? So we do have this kind of discrepancies. So let's talk about this here as well. So in that case, our maximum quantity is also different. So competitive max quantity in competition is not equal to quantity is monopolistic competitive firm max quantity. So the difference is called excess capacity. So let's discuss that. So we have here, there is no excess capacity in perfect competition. We talk about there. Free entry results in competitive firm producing at the point where average total cost is minimized, which is the efficiency scale of the firm. There is excess capacity in monopolistically competitive firm in the long run. The monopolistically competitive firm output is less than the efficient scale of the perfect competition. So let's talk about that. First, we talk about the perfectly competitive firm, in which we have ATC and MC curves, that is minimum, and we have price line, which is horizontal. So this is the supply curve, and this is the demand curve. Demand intersects the supply here, so everybody is producing here, and this is called, also this is the lower of average total cost. We call this efficient scale, and this part, right, is the efficient scale quantity, right? But in monopolistically competitive firm, we have different structure, right? We do have price is equal to, here it is, let me just, so here, so like perfect competitive firm, demand is equal to supply. Here, where is the demand, where is supply? The demand is on the MC, right? So demand hits the MC at here, and that point is not at efficient scale, but here you see it's at the minimum of So normally companies produce where is the minimum, so that is the efficient point, plus demand is equal to supply is a little bit less than the efficient scale. But even then, company is producing its maximum quantity here, right, which is less than the efficient scale. So my question is whether the monopolistically competitive firm, the welfare of the society, is desirable or not. The answer is no. The problem is not earning the profit. Problem is producing not enough to satisfy all the customer needs, all the societal needs, right? So here, so this difference is called excess capacity, right? So one condition is that in the long run, the monopolistically competitive firm behave like a perfect competition, but with two conditions. One is excess capacity, we just discussed that, and the